Every night at exactly midnight Eastern Standard Time, a massive bot farm and a group of players, me included, go to war. It's a basic logic game every night, and the reward for solving it is millions of GP. The botter knows and seems to update the bot almost nightly, which changes the logic puzzle each night. So let's start from the beginning. Runescape free-to-play is obviously a cesspool for bots, so Jagex implemented trade restrictions on new accounts. New accounts cannot trade people stuff. They can't drop stuff. It doesn't show up for people. They can't even go into PvP worlds, and they can't sell most bottable things on the Grand Exchange, like cowhides. However, gold necklaces or gemstone necklaces, like an emerald necklace, are not restricted for sale on the Grand Exchange. So, thousands of bots every day are made to craft necklaces for 150 to 200k GP per hour, about 3 to 4 cents per hour per bot for the botter. But it adds up if you're running 500 bots. These bots, though, have a problem. Offloading the gold at the end of the day before they're banned. They could get 20 hours of playtime, 10 quest points, and at least 100 total level to be able to trade, which takes time and risks a ban, or they could venture into the only way to transfer gold, the wilderness. One of the crafting farms I've found used to transfer about 300 to 500 million GP every night in Deep Wildy. I took 340 million GP from them in about an hour at 1 AM a couple months ago. Then that farm migrated. I got a tip that they were in the Rogue's Castle. The person who reported the tip also said they got over 100 mil from killing them. Then the farm went dark for a few days, and now they're back online and seem to be level 4s and now trade in Lumbridge Castle every night. That botter went the route of botting the trade requirements and just risked the ban. They don't seem to be getting banned either. But there are other crafting farms that still use the wilderness. They just decide to use the wilderness more cleverly. One in particular is one of the largest and has quite detailed logic. Let's call them the tournament bots. That's because every night at midnight, these bots stop crafting. They sell their stuff on the Grand Exchange, they get paired with another bot, and then they go to a specific spot in the wilderness and fight each other. Then the winners fight each other until all the gold is aggregated to one account. There are multiple waves of these tournaments, sometimes up to 3 waves in a night, spaced out by 20 to 40 minutes, and they happen on either end of the wilderness and across worlds. So they happen on the far east and the far west sides as far as you can go, and with slightly different mechanics depending on the side, which is super odd. It's possible they're different scripts, but what they do is so similar, it's just weird that there are differences in the bot's logic. We'll get into that right after this. This message is sponsored by Raycon. Raycon's bone conduction headphones use off-ear audio, sending sound through vibrations in your bones. Your ears stay open to the world around you while you get crystal clear music, podcasts, or calls. I love using these at the gym now because they don't eventually break after I sweat on them, and I like not having stuff in my ear. They're built for all day use. 13 hours of battery life, IP68, waterproof and dustproof, sweat, rain, even sand on beaches. The audio quality on Raycons is also fantastic. It rivals the big audio brands, but costs like half as much. Plus, over 3 million customers already love Raycon, and they come with a 30-day happiness guarantee. Black Friday is around the corner. Raycon audio products are up to 30% off site-wide. From their classic everyday essentials all the way to their latest releases, it's the perfect time to upgrade your sound or get ahead on gifting. These early deals won't last long. Shop now before they're gone. Click the link in the description box or go to buyraycon.com/sirpuggerbc to get up to 30% off during Raycon's Black Friday and Cyber Monday sale. We're back, and this is where John comes in. He saw my video on crafting bots and muling in Deep Wildy. Then he saw Eliop's video where Eliop found an early version of these tournament bots, and as a group, they made 360 mil. And John then decided he was going to store up years worth of membership bonds by taking gold from these bots. And that's exactly what he's been doing. Every night, at midnight, the tournament bots run, and he tests methods for taking their gold before the botter updates the script. He has already taken hundreds of mils. Now, originally dropping gold anywhere lured the bots, and taking gold was pretty easy from them. But over time, it has become much harder. The last few nights, John figured out that the bots are now programmed to only pick up gold when their opponent dies, and they only pick up gold closest to themselves. So he devised a plan. Use the infinite money pouch, which spits out 1 GP whenever you click it, to constantly drop 1 GP under the bot as it kills its opponent. the bot will constantly pick up 1 GP and not pick up its opponent's loot, because the 1 GP is closer to the bot on the same square than the opponent's loot, which is 1 square away. So the opponent's loot will eventually spawn for John, and John will pick it up. John says he's been getting anywhere from 700k to 2 mil every time he does this. It's been working the last few nights, and that's where I came in. John ran through what we had to do with me. Spam drop coins under the winning bot, and we went to work. But it seemed like the botter patched the bots, and there was some sort of timeout mechanism. The coins distracted the bot for 4 to 5 seconds, but then this update overrides the coins and just picks up the loot. That was on the east side. On the west side, another tournament was happening at the same time. This farm, like I said earlier, has slightly different mechanics. In the initial waves, when a bot dies, it runs back here and becomes a protector bot, meaning it attacks anyone to keep them off the other bots, who will also run if a PKer that can attack them is around. We tried the same thing, dropping coins, but this farm ignored them completely. There was no delay in picking up their opponent's loot. And we actually saw the final fight. The Mega Mule in full wizard's robes and a combat level 6 kills the tournament winner, a level 4 from killing all the other level 3 bots, probably for somewhere between 30 to 100 mil, depending on how many bots were muling. The Mega Mule then logs off. It's so frustrating to watch it happen and come away empty-handed. So John basically exhausted all of the item dropping methods for breaking the bots before I came in the picture, so brute force seemed to be the only method left. We enlisted a third player and all made level 3 majors. At least the tournament bots on the east side are in multi-combat. However, if the bots are mid-fight and see an account that could attack them, they run out of the wildy immediately and hop worlds. If the bots aren't fighting yet, they hop worlds. Through trial and error, we found there was only one specific time where we could get up to 2 win strike casts off, and that is logging in right as the bot is doing the final blow to its opponent. Then it won't run. Some logic has it in a looting or waiting to loot state, which is when we strike. Win strike can hit up to 2, and right now we have 3 of us. If we do everything with perfect timing, we can each get 2 hits off, which means the odds are low that we kill the bot. We can get up to 6 total win strike casts off on the bot, which if we all maxed both hits would be 12. The bots have 10 hit points, so it's possible. That first night where we were trying to kill the bots, let's just say the timing between the 3 of us was not perfect. Maybe we even accidentally attacked each other a couple times, but we proved that probably with more accounts we could get some kills, and we ended up finishing that night empty-handed. The next day I made 3 fresh level 3 majors. John and his friend also brought 3 fresh accounts, so 5 accounts seemed to be pretty good. Immediately, we got relatively close to getting a kill, and 2 tries in, we got an account down to 1 hit point. Then one account almost dies before it runs to the safe zone. It had picked up the gold, but John was also dropping GP on his ult, and it keeps coming back into the wilderness, kind of confused by the coin drops. Either that, or the botter took control of the account and was trying to mock us. Either way, we actually killed it when it ran back in, for 1.9 mil. We experimented with logging in and finishing off the bot that was being killed by the other bot to lure the other bot back in, but the winner bot seemed to usually be able to run in and grab the gold quickly enough so that we couldn't kill it. Then, my accounts were spread across 4 worlds, and 2 bots got ready in the world in the upper right hand corner part of the screen, with my major there. And with my major still there, the bots started entering the wilderness. The first bot ran in, and I decided to change things up, so I immediately attacked it. The second bot ran in, then immediately ran directly west, still in the wilderness, which is pretty bizarre. So the bots don't seem to mind if they log into a world that already has a PKer on it. And the bot I was attacking didn't run either, another 1.9 mil. After that, the bots started running to the wildy ditch if they saw anyone in render distance, not just if the account in render distance was their combat level. It seemed like the botter might have updated the script in front of us. Either that, or the botter's actually hand playing these as they're muling, and if enough of them die, he starts playing more conservatively. The fourth night starts with the farm on the west side of the wilderness. Right around midnight, bots peel off from the furnace towards the GE, and you can follow them all the way to the east or west side. This one happened to take me west, and check out how many bots are in the same world. It's like 20 to 30. Although as I got closer, a lot of them hopped. And I was also playing on my low-level majors, but eventually I noticed that the one standing in the wilderness must have gotten a kill and then broke down because the loot actually appeared. So I just snagged 800k. These ones on the west side though are no fun to try to PK. There's a crazy long PJ timer since it isn't multi, and the bots that lose the tournament do a death run back to PJ anyone trying to mess with the farm. They're protector bots. I'm basically just hopping through worlds, scaring them out of the wilderness when I see one get a kill, and right as it does, I run south on my major, but I don't attack it. And then the protector bot gets on me, but on my main, eventually, I see the loot appear, and I pick up another 700k. All I can say is these bots are buggy and inconsistent. Often, if they spot my major for even 2 game ticks, they run, but sometimes they just break. And that's around the time when the Eastern tournament started up, and the boys were in good form that night. First try, we rinsed the bot. It drops 1 mil, and we were also able to wait for the loot of the other bot it had just killed for another mil. And then almost immediately after, we hop worlds, there's another fight going on, and we immediately get the bot again. It's not my loot, but John got 2 mil cash, and I picked up the other bot's loot for another 2 mil. Since this was the second round, they risked double the first round right before it. If we estimate there are roughly 64 bots per tournament, and they start with 1 mil GP each, during the last round of each tournament, each bot has 32 mil on it. But of course, as the tournament goes on, it gets harder and harder to find the bots in time, the ones that are fighting, because there are fewer fighting each round. And that ended night 4. Total loot across all 4 nights, 18 mil. Split 3 ways, that's 6 mil each for about 4 hours worth of work. Not the best GP per hour, but it was a lot of fun. These bots still run every night, literally at midnight Eastern Standard Time in the US every night. These tournaments happen. So good luck. If you figure out how to break them in new and interesting ways, let me know. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and I hope you have a great Thanksgiving.